to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to Tough Love Tuesdays. I'm your host, Coach Caroline. Last week we were talking about the idea of shooting on yourself, right? And I was talking about what a coach does and how a coach challenges you. And this is really important, guys, because I believe that's why I work out with Coach Valerie 3 times a week, is because I won't push myself beyond what I think I did yesterday or beyond what I think I'm capable of. Even if I was a fantastic athlete in high school, I have different memories, right? My memories are maybe that I was better than I thought I was, or maybe I was worse than I thought I was. And so having somebody watch you strength train, watch you run, watch you swim, watch you bike, work on you and your mindset, it really does help you achieve the next level. And I wanted to bring this up because we were working on Friday on some movements that I have done now for 3 or 4 months. We were working on, we were working on a clean, okay? Not a clean and jerk, but a clean. Then we were going to do some squats with weight, some front squats, some back squats. And then we were going to do deadlifts. So you could have done it all as cleans, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit just because I know what I need to do to get better. And as I was doing the front squats, first off, she saw me we decided together as coach and trainee, right? I said, I want to use the heavier bar because I think I'm at that point now, especially with my squats, right? I have a heavy butt. I have legs. My legs are strong, right? I need to do with them what I can. So we used the bigger bar for me bigger than I had been using. And I went ahead and put the big weights on it, right? That visual size of the weights being on it. And then she was watching me and she saw that after the first round, I moved the box over to where I could touch it. And she noticed that I had put the box lower than I had ever put it before. So normally it's at about 16 inches. Sometimes I put it at 14 inches, but I think this time it was 14 inches. And after I got done, she said, did you realize that the box was lower than you've done? And I said, yes, I did that on purpose. I wanted to challenge myself. And I couldn't quite touch it, right? I couldn't quite go that deep, but I knew it was there in case I lost my footing. And I told her that. I said I was going down, and if I felt like I was going to touch it, great. If I wasn't going to touch it, I came back up. I was trying to push myself a little bit farther. And she was really proud of me. She said she saw it and she almost said something, but then she thought, no, I know she can do this. So let me show her that she can do it. And by not commenting, she gave me the gift of challenging myself, right? She watched me. She made sure that I was doing my form properly. She made sure that I was doing what I needed to do, but she was also really proud of me for challenging myself of going that extra 2 inches. So that's what a coach does. A coach looks at you and doesn't say you should have done this. She didn't say you should have kept it at 16. She didn't say I should have gone for 12, right? She said, way to go. You challenged yourself. I think I was probably at 14 and a half or 15. I didn't quite touch the box, but she was proud of me for putting it to where I knew that I wouldn't go too low because I wasn't at that point yet. She was proud of me for challenging myself. She was proud of me for using the bigger bar. And she was proud of me for looking at my form. So she really encouraged me and said, way to go. Okay, let's go on. Let's go farther, right? So next time I go to do it, we'll see how I feel. And that was the other thing I brought up last week that I really want to reinforce here, that some days, like Friday, I knew I hadn't done squats in a long time. So I knew that my legs were fresh. I knew I could do a heavier bar. I knew I could do a heavier weight, and I knew I could go lower. Monday, she might have me do squats again. And I'll be honest, my legs are a little sore today. They probably won't be sore by Monday, but I may not do that low of a box. I may not do a full heavy weight rack. We'll see how I feel on Monday morning. If I feel great, great. That's probably where I'll start. If it doesn't feel great, I'll back off a little bit. But the idea is that if I don't do on Monday what I did on Friday, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm stepping back. No, working out and running is a cha-cha, right? You go 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, right? You go back and forth. And with the good ones, now I know what a good one feels like. Now I know where I'm at. If I have to back off a little bit, maybe by next Friday, I'll be at the same or better. Maybe it'll take a couple of weeks, but that's how you progress. And that's how I want you to think about your mindset this week as you're working on your running. Don't get bogged down in, am I doing the drill absolutely correctly? Look at how it feels. Okay. Look at how you're feeling when you're running. Did you go 10 steps this time, or did you go 15 steps? Did you go your full driveway, or did you go your full driveway and back? Did you run half a mile, or did you run a full mile? All of these things, you should be like kind of either keeping track of them in a journal or keeping mental track of them, because with each step forward, you're making progress. And tomorrow may not be the same, but it gives you a stepping point at which to go forward on. Okay. Next week, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that perception, because we talk a lot about that. And I really had an eye-opening perception experience this last week, and I wanted to keep these short. So I'll talk about it next week. Thank you for joining us on the RunRx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.